This first guy left a comment on one of my videos, and he said, I'm hanging out with a woman who's previously put me in the friend zone. There's always been a feeling like something more is going, but I've also overestimated the signals and had things go horribly awry. What did I just tell you guys? That as men, we're going to misread signals that women are sending, and then rather than ask them about it and survey and say, hey, so I've noticed this, like, are you trying to show me that you're interested in going on dates? Are you developing feelings? Or am I just crazy? Am I not seeing that? Because I think I'm reading it, but I'm not sure. What most guys will do is they'll see signals and say, she must like me. Hey, I like you too. And then we get the pushback of like, actually, I wasn't feeling those things and now it feels awkward. So what was his situation? He says, because of those previous bad encounters, I did lay all my cards on the table with this woman. And when we started hanging out, I told her that I did believe we'd make a really good couple, but I don't need things to go in that direction. So what have I said before, guys? She does not care what your feelings are. She cares what her feelings are. Of the two sexes, sorry to say, guys, she's going to care more about her feelings than yours. But that's important because at the point that she builds up all the feelings for you, her feelings are probably going to be, ideally, are going to be a lot stronger and last a lot longer than yours are. At least that's how it's going to go in her head. So it behooves you to let her get to the place where she starts coming to you and saying, hey, so I'd love to go out. Hey, what are your feelings? Or, where are you at? Or are you seeing anybody else? Like, it's always gonna be better for her to come to you as the guy and do that, because you going to her will usually result in this happening. She said she wasn't interested in dating anyone at this time, and we've just been hanging out platonically. So does she mean what she actually said? Well, as I've said before, all women across the board tell you the same lie. She's not interested in dating anyone means she's not interested in dating anyone that is you. But why is that? Because you came to her and tried to push a relationship. Now, to this guy's credit, what he said is, he said, I think we make a really good couple, but I don't need things to go in that direction. So he told her, hey, I'd love to be in a relationship, but it ain't got to be all that. But it doesn't matter what you felt your intention was when you said a thing. All that matters is how she interpreted it and how she feels about that interpretation. So when he said, I don't need things to go in that direction, that didn't cancel the first statement, which is like, I want to be in a relationship. The fact that he said, I want to be in a relationship will make her feel as though he's saying, I need a relationship right now. Why is that? Because I tell you guys, women interpret what we say 3 times more than we anticipate them feeling it. So when he said, I think we make a really good couple, what she heard was right now. We make a good couple right now. We need to be in a relationship right now. And this is why you as the guy should never be bringing up, hey, I just want you to know, I see a future with us. Hey, I want you to know that I'm already starting to feel things. I think you make a great partner, because we're thinking this is just off the cuff. We're not adding any extra emotion to it. Women are always going to add emotions to the things we say, whether we have the intention of doing that or not. So again, it doesn't matter what your intention is. What matters is how it's taken in by her. When you say things like, I see a future together, we should be together, they're thinking you want it right now, and you're going to start doing all the things, and they're going to start looking at the lens of everything you do is with the idea that you're thinking you're already in a relationship with her because you already brought it up. So if you don't bring it up, then she's left to wonder, I wonder where his feelings are at. Well, if his feelings are like mine, we just started seeing each other, so they're probably at a reasonable level. And that's what she needs to feel. At the point that you express, we make a good couple, now it goes to, oh my God, his like for me is at an unreasonable level already. He's already seeing a future with me after 1 or 2 dates. Like, what's going on? And that's going to make you be stuck in the friend zone. So you don't get out of the friend zone with a woman by expressing feelings, by expressing futures, because for right now, she's good. And you're going to win more points because if you go back to the thing, right? They said the friendship to relationship pipeline can happen, but on average, it takes women 18 months. Why do you think it takes 18 months? Because during that time, she's going through the roller coaster of, we're just friends, it's all cool, to like, he couldn't see me this weekend. Interesting. How do I feel about that? Back to friendship. And it's taken her a year and a half because it wasn't started on this pathway towards being a dating thing. It takes her that long to get to the feelings. So just because the dating, if you're going into it with the intention of actually like saying we're trying to date each other, that doesn't mean that there's not a process for that. It's just a shorter process. It goes from being a year and a half if you're just going the friendship to relationship route, to being 3 months if you're both dating with the intention of potentially being a relationship. But even with that shorter time frame, it can be ruined by you expressing feelings. And it gets to, in that year and a half, it gets to friendship to relationship by way of the guy not expressing that he wants it to be a relationship. So in both scenarios, whether you're trying to meet a woman and start dating her, or meet a woman, get into a friendship with her, and then eventually get in a relationship, in neither of these situations is it going to work if you as the guy are the one that's trying to force it. So why do that? Like, why bring to her, hey, I'm gonna lay my cards out on the table. I like you. I care about you. I can see this being a thing. Even if you don't think that, you're just thinking you're just relaying information. And here's what guys need to learn, right? Because, I talk a lot about how, women are reading to emotions. Women, when they talk to each other, read into each other's emotions to where even if words aren't being said, they know the feeling tone behind what a woman's actually saying and what she's feeling based on the tonality of the voice, based on the words that she's saying. Women say to each other, hey, how are things going? I'm fine. They can base on that fine that things are not fine, right? And so, but with guys, we communicate for information. Like, I can tell my guy friend something like, oh man, my dad just died and I had to go to the funeral last week, this and that. In that moment, I'm just relaying information. Was I sad about that event happening? Yeah, but in that moment, I'm just relaying information. I'm not saying a thing with the intentionality of and I want sympathy from the guy I'm talking to. I'm just saying this thing happened, I had to do this thing, and then this thing happened next, right? So the problem is guys go to women and think, I can just share information and she's gonna know that there's no deep emotion behind it. I can tell a girl, hey, just, I really like you and I hope we keep on dating each other. And I'm not trying to make her think that I'm already thinking of her as if we're already in a relationship. I'm just giving her information about, based on the progress so far, what I think about her. And you have to learn to get out of the bubble of how you think about communication and how you interpret communication, and really start thinking about, how do women take in my communication? Because if you do that, you'll realize that a lot of things you're doing about expressing feelings and saying where you're at, blah, 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 you're thinking it's just information. She's taking it as you're saying that because there's feelings behind it, because in women world, you wouldn't say a thing if there weren't feelings attached to what you were saying. So you have to learn some things, no matter how much you're thinking, I'm going to be dishonest, some things that you're saying to women, it's not the right time to say them, because where she's at on her feelings journey with you, she's not ready to hear those things, nor is she going to understand why they're coming from you so soon. Just things to consider, right? So she said she wasn't interested. We've been hanging out platonically. Yes, I fantasized about what it would look like going further with her, mistake, but I'm really enjoying hanging out as friends. I feel like at the very best, I'm cultivating an excellent wing woman. Well, I'll be honest, having wing women around is pretty great. Because you go into a club with a woman, she's social proof to other women that women like you. But the problem is they might start thinking from afar, they'll be like, oh, is this guy with her? Which is great. But at the point that they come to you, hey, so who's so-and-so? Oh, so-and-so, she's just my friend, blah, blah, blah. Now you're saying, oh, she's just my friend, which now says to other women, this woman that I'm with didn't think I was good enough to pick. And you can actually lose you some points, But suffice to say, so in terms of this guy, I would say this, you being put in the friend zone, that is not the compliment that you think it is. And I don't want you to believe that you being put there is going to eventually lead to a relationship. Now, based on the thing that I just read, could it lead there? Yes, but the caveat is this, is that you can't be the one to force it. So you have been put in the friend zone. My recommendation would be to be talking to other women. Yes, get on the dating apps, go in your friend circles, and start talking to other women that you would potentially want to date. Because again, even if this could eventually lead down the path towards being a relationship, it's going to be because she's able to see you as a viable candidate to date. And that starts with her feeling that other women also want you, because now she's going to want to put herself in the running to try to get you, versus you being in the position of you having to prove why it is you're such a great guy and why, even though you guys are just friends, she should consider you as a relationship. You don't want to be stuck in that situation. So treat it as it's a friendship. It's a friendship. That means that you should only be seeing her once a week, and that if she invites you to stuff, sometimes you got to make yourself unavailable. Oh, I can't do it this week. I have plans. Just leave it like that. Don't go into details. I already have plans for this week, so I can't see you today. Let her wonder what the plans are. Let her wonder why you'd be willing to give up seeing her to make plans with other people, and are those other people women? That is the way that in a year and a half, she'll be like, I just realized that I feel, because women need to experience what it's like when they don't get their way with you, when they don't get to have you over, or when you're not at their beck and call, or when they do reach out to try to hang out with you, that sometimes you're not available. Women need to feel that, because their feelings are going to guide them towards, do these feelings mean that I actually want them in a relationship capacity? And what most guys do is they get in the friend zone and think, okay, I'm in the friend zone. I get to be near all the time. I'm going to now spend this time proving to her why she needs to boo me up. And there's you doing to try to make that happen is like the worst strategy. Again, I base it on my own experience. The years that I put forth with female friends of mine, where I'm like, I'm in here, so I'm going to do nice things. I'm going to bend over backwards for them and do things. None of those ever resulted in me getting with them. The few times that it was able to happen, I was just talking to them like regular. I'd be chatting them up, but occasionally I tell them stories. I got a date with so-and-so this weekend. Oh, I hooked up with so-and-so this weekend. Lo and behold, all of a sudden, they wanted to hook up with me too. It's amazing how that works. But she has to know that you are actually a viable candidate out in the dating market. And you trying to play the friend role and then just constantly spend all your time with her and only do things for her and say, oh, well, this other girl wanted to see me, but I'm going to hang out with you. None of those things are going to make her see you as a viable dating candidate. So be friends if you want to. Give her less of your time, because missing you and thinking that you have other interests out there in terms of other women is going to be a better strategy than just sticking to the friend zone and then just doing all the things for her, So hopefully this helps you out. You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high class man. You a high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man.